I feel so sad for me.
I can see it in your eyes.
Yeah, I'm so depressed. मेरे पास पर्सनल लाइफ नहीं है, मैं बाहर नहीं जाती, पार्टीज नहीं करती हूँ, कुछ नहीं करती हूँ, सिर्फ काम करती हूँ. It's a very sad life I'm living at the moment.
I can see it in your eyes.
Don't even get me started, but when you do finally make it, there's always that, oh, it's because she's hot, or because, you know, she did this with this person, or that, she has a relationship with that person. There's always a bunch of excuses, except for you've worked hard and you have talent. I face like lack of support in the industry and all of that, and it's been tough from our rappers like Badshah, like Honey Singh. They have supported me from day one. Even in our industry, we face the same thing. Like when they're hot and happening, it's like there's a problem with everything. But the minute they go away, it's like, well, she was the GOAT or he was the GOAT. I feel like Arijit Singh is like nowhere to be found. Where is he? Where? I just met Ed Sheeran and he's like, he lives far away from everybody. People are taking me seriously. It took me so long to get people to take me seriously, and I get really like frustrated, you know. So I have fired people on a daily basis. Bro, like I can't deal. I don't even know who am I, like how.
Hi Nora, welcome to Mirchi.
Hi, thank you.
You know, first of all, before the interview, मुझे बोलना है कि you're not just a girl, you're much more than that.
Ooh.
And you have made us proud, you have made India proud.
Thank you.
So एक बार जोरदार ताली हो जाए नोरा के लिए.
Thank you. Aww,
कैसे
क्या
हो
बात
नोरा,
है?
बताइए, how's it going?
It's going amazing. Yeah, I think I can't be more grateful and humbled from where I started to where I am right now. And just to be able to be embraced by Indians in India in a way where like anyone I speak to, they're just like, we take you as ours. You represent us on the global stage, and I think I'm the most luckiest person to be able to have that acceptance regardless of where I am from. Wherever I go, whether it's at the World Cup when I performed at the closing ceremony, or Jimmy Fallon, or when I'm making music and I'm collaborating with international artists, I always put India like as my identity, you know. And of course, like as a Moroccan, I'm very proud of being Moroccan, and I represent Morocco too, but I'm Moroccan, so like by default, I'm going to be representing Morocco. But to be able to represent India and to have Indians be like, yes, we want you to represent us and we're so happy that you represent us and we love you, is an accomplishment for sure.
But not a global pop star. This sudden change,
Suddenly, yeah. Suddenly तो नहीं है.
Suddenly, but
I say 2019 से मैं उसके ऊपर काम कर रही हूँ. Just people didn't notice. Like everyone, anytime I put out music, जब भी एक गाना आता है, सबको लगता है कि हाँ अच्छा playback singer हो सकता है, अच्छा नोरा dance कर रही है. Nobody figured out that it's me singing, especially because which made no sense to me because I was putting out English music. So in the English music world, there's no such thing as playback and a face of the singer. So to me, it was illogical. But I guess when people associate you so much with such powerful film songs, you know, like a Dilbar or a Saki and all of that, then they kind of they wouldn't first think कि अच्छा वो गा रही है, अच्छा इसकी गाना है, इसका गाना है, or whatever. So definitely in 2019 I started my singing journey. I made the Arabic version of Dilbar first, which opened the doors for me in the Middle East as a singer. And then slowly I kept going. I made like my first Afro track with Rayvani called Pipita. And then I made a track with Zach Knight called Dirty Little Secret.
Yeah.
And I sang the FIFA anthem, Light the Sky. And then I just kept making music and putting out music, and everyone was like slowly understanding, acha, you know, she's holding a mic on stage, what's going on, you know, that's her song. So it took some time for people to understand. I think when this Jason Derulo feature came out, Snake, in Jan, is when people were like, whoa, okay. And then the Warner Records announcement happened and all of that, and people were like, अच्छा ठीक है तो कुछ तो हो रहा है, you know. So yeah,
कुछ तो हो रहा है.
कुछ तो हो रहा है, yeah.
But Nora, actor, performer, singer.
Yeah.
कैसे कर लेते हो multitask कितना? सच बताओ.
अच्छा मैं नहीं सोती हूँ. मेरे पास पर्सनल लाइफ नहीं है. मैं बाहर नहीं जाती, पार्टीज नहीं करती हूँ, कुछ नहीं करती हूँ, सिर्फ काम करती हूँ.
But मुश्किल नहीं होता एक पॉइंट के बाद?
I mean like मुश्किल मतलब in what sense? I mean, the only mushkil I have is jet lag, you know. That's the only mushkil I have. But no, I'm so passionate. Yeah, I'm so passionate. Besides being passionate, every day, whatever opportunity I get, whether it's, for example, to be able to sit here and to talk, or to have an audience, or to, headline a show, or to be in the studio with an international artist, or even our own artists, like right now I'm in the middle of making a track with Badshah, I did a track with Honey Singh. Every move I make, I feel like so grateful. I always remember where I was 10 years ago, who I was 5 years ago. And I'm just like, okay, this is crazy. I should just keep going, love what I'm doing. There are some people who will say, slow down, like you don't know, itna nahi karna hai,
अच्छा, ये बोलते हैं।
I mean, है लोग जो ऐसे बोलते हैं जिसके पास platform है, but they'll say like, oh, अच्छा वो हो गया, पहुंच के ना तो इतना करने का क्या ज़रूरत है, or like chill, relax, have this, do this, travel, vacation, and I'm just like, no. I am not slowing down, because for me, in my mind, it's now or never. And मैं ऐसे मतलब मैं ऐसे सोचती हूँ. And I think अगर मेरे पास वो mentality nahi thi, then I don't think I would reach where I am today.
Yeah, but I have to say, matlab, you're an inspiration for all the people, and the thing which you said right now, it's a huge thing.
Thank you.
But Nora, बहुत सारे बातें करने ठीक है आपसे, but सबसे पहले Just a Girl.
Yeah, what do I know?
जो जबरदस्त response मिल रहा है globally, not just in India, everywhere.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's एक बड़ा गाना है, ख़ास गाना है. I think इसमें बहुत important message है for the girls, for the women, for the society. I think it's a sarcastic approach of telling people that no matter what we do, how we do it, when we do it, what levels we reach, it seems to never be enough, or it seems to always have an excuse behind it. Ki acha, she's doing that because of this, she got this opportunity because of this. And at the same time, it's also shining light on the fact that, we never are appreciated the way I feel like we should be, no matter what you do in your life. Like there is a line in the song that says, they hate you when you glow, but love you as a ghost, which is completely true when it comes to even our industry, right? Like how many icons do you know that when they existed, they got so much of hate, so much of controversy, so much of pushback, so much of this, and then when they leave, it's all like, oh my God, what an icon. Love their music, what a legend. And they get their flowers after they leave, when they become a ghost, or when they disappear, or when they stop what they're doing. There's so many people I can give you an example of. Britney Spears is an example, you know what I mean? When in her time, how much of things she faced, and then now that she's really not active as she used to be, and then there's other pop stars who come, all you hear from people are like, wow, Britney Spears was amazing, there was no one like Britney Spears is an icon. Well, you should have given her flowers when she was doing her thing, and the same thing for Michael Jackson, the same thing for Prince, and the same thing for Madonna, for so many people. And I'm sure even in our industry we face the same thing, like when they're hot and happening, it's like there's a problem with everything, but the minute they go away, it's like, well, she was the GOAT, or he was the GOAT, and they were icons and nobody can do it like them. So I find that complex of people in our in the society very weird. And I thought of, when I heard this song, because I didn't write the song, Justin Tranter, which is like a Grammy award-winning writer, wrote the song. But when I heard it, I connected with it, and I was like, yes, like I totally understand this. I live it, I get it. And I want to be able to bring this message out so that people can see how hypocrites they can be, the hypocrisy in the society. And even as women, like how we have to always like tread through the fine line, whenever we want to get our way, or whenever we want to make it to the top. It's always like we're hopping through between egos and this and that, and the rules of society, and just the idea. I don't know if you saw the music video, but in the first scene it's like a casting audition, right? And it's like a bunch of guys, and I'm just like, well, I don't need to do this script, and I don't need to do anything. I'm hot, it's enough, and I get hired. It's all sarcasm, because that's not how it happens. We have to put in so much of effort, so much of sacrifice, so much of time, so much of a lot of things. Like, don't even get me started. But when you do finally make it, there's always that, oh, it's because she's hot, or because, she did this with this person, or that, or she has a relationship with that person. There's always a bunch of excuses, except for you've worked hard and you have talent. It's everything but that, you know? So that music video and the song is really just sarcasm and satire, but also showing the mirror to society.
Also, I feel it's very relatable. You know, the lyrics.
Oh my God, yes. And not just for someone like me, for anybody.
Yeah.
Just any regular person can hear it and feel like, yeah, like I totally get it. Like I go through the same thing. And that's the reason why I really wanted to push this song out.
मतलब नोरा आपने international, Indian दोनों standards set किए. You know, what's the biggest change you have seen?
I would say people trust me more in my vision. I think slowly people are taking me seriously. And it took me so long to get people to take me seriously. And it's no matter what I would do. And I feel like as much as I have so much of love and support from the audience here, it took me so long to just get people in the industry and media houses to understand me and support me. And it took me a long time to find the right team. So I think now a lot of that is changing. I'm finally like happy with my team, and I think they understand my vision and my passion and my aggressive nature towards work. I think previously लोग को समझ में नहीं आता कि वो इतनी aggressive क्यों है, इतनी passionate क्यों है. And the reason is because like I left everything and I came here for my dream, right? And I don't want to let even 1 minute pass without doing something towards that dream. And if the vision doesn't align with the team, I get really like frustrated, you know. So I have fired people on a daily basis. Like I leave agencies every day. You know, I have like this reputation in Bombay that she doesn't stay anywhere with anybody, you know, like I hop agencies, I change management, I change publicists on a daily basis. But thankfully in the last, you know, 1 year, I've been happy with the people I'm working with. You know, I think they get me and they want to push me.
You know, Nora, हम लोग music की अभी बात कर रहे हैं. So we have to talk about your collaborations, you know, जितने भी अब तक किए. सबसे पहले तो मतलब श्रेया घोषाल मैम के साथ आपने कोलैब किया था.
Oh my God.
वो कैसे होता मुझे जानना है ये collaboration. I have to know.
Bro, like I can't deal. I don't even know who am I, like how. You know, she's an icon. This is someone, for example, who has to get their flowers on a daily basis. Like anytime anyone thinks of music or brings up her name, if you don't give her flowers, just leave. You know.
Yeah.
She's someone who, you know, when O Mama Tetema came my way. Actually, I'll tell you the story of O Mama Tetema. It's very interesting. So Rayvani and me did a song called Pipita in 2019, which did very well when I was an independent artist. That was, I would say, the first Afro track I was pushing into this market, which was very weird at that time because people were like, English Gana hai, Afro bhi hai, matlab, you know, and I'm just like, wait, it's gonna work, you know.
On point.
It's gonna work, you know. I just give it some time, and it did. It ended up working. So I felt so confident. Now, T-Series said they wanted to do a song with Rayvani. So I got very protective because that's my artist, okay? I'm like, that's my bro.
That's my artist.
That's family. Wait, what is this song, you know? And they told me it's Tetema remixed. So Tetema is already a song which he had put out with Diamond Platinum a couple of years ago. Bada hit hai, mera favorite gana hai. And I'm just like, you're bringing it to India and I'm not a part of it? Hell no, I'm not even allowing
Not
this.
even possible.
You're not even possible. So obviously, I forced myself in. They're more than happy. I put my English verse on. And then they asked me, like, what do you think? Like, who should sing this? And I'm like, Shreya. If we don't get Shreya, we're not making the song.
Goosebumps.
You know, and I didn't think she would say yes. And also, I was like, guts, me singing with Shreya. Like, why am I even putting myself in such a trap, you know? But I just wanted to work with her. So for me, even if people say I wasn't up to the mark or I didn't match up to her or she was way better, I didn't even care. I wanted to one day say that I worked with such an icon. You know, it's such an achievement. And all my best friends in high school, who are still my best friends right now in Canada, are obsessed with her.
Yeah.
So when I called them and I was like, yo, I'm singing a song with Shreya, they're like, you made it.
You have made it.
That's it. You made it. Not everything that I've done all these years, you know. It was this which was like, you made it. And I knew that was a big deal. And when I pushed out my English verse on the track, T-Series was a little bit like, oh, like, it's zyada English hai. I don't know if it'll work, you know. And I'm just like, trust me, it will work.
Yeah.
It will work. It has a bounce, has a flow. India is ready. Like, India is so ready for new genres, different languages of music, multicultural music. They're so ready for that. I know, I suss them out on social media. I see the Gen Zs, I see the millennials. They're all ready to like innovate and embrace. So, and surely enough, when the song came out, it did. It wonders. It's such a banger, yeah. And Shreya sounds like an angel on that track. And I've not, like, I don't know how to say, इतनी grateful हूँ कि ये मौका आया मुझे, and I think anyone who has a chance to sing with her is so lucky.
मतलब what a collaboration है मतलब.
Definitely.
One more artist I have to talk about, Sunidhi Chauhan. मतलब when she performs, she's fire on stage.
Oh my God.
That's
our pop star right there.
Yeah.
That's our pop
कुछ
star.
collab के plans?
I would hope so. I would really hope so. You know, look, these people that we're talking about, whether it's Sunidhi, Shreya, whether it's like older like actors and all, these are icons of our industry. I don't know how long our industry is going to be the way it is right now. There is an evolution that's happening and a change. What the industry was 10 saal se pehle abhi nahi hai, right? But right now we have them, they're here. If you have any opportunity to celebrate them, to associate with them, to give them an opportunity themselves, we should all run to that, because they don't make them like them anymore. You know what I mean? They really don't. Like I saw Sunidhi performing on stage, and I'm like, oh, like, do you know what it takes to be able to be that fearless, bina khauf, bina inhibition, bina kuch bhi? You're just on stage and you're so matlab itna confidence ke saath, you're just performing. You know, like you got the vocals, you know, you got the moves, you know, you got the presence. To be able to have a profile come out of India like that, we don't know where that's going to go. It can go anywhere.
Yeah.
You know, right now the world is looking at India. The world is watching India. I speak to record labels. I speak to producers abroad, artists abroad. All eyes are in India. So we don't know who is going to see Sunidhi in the avatar that she's in and pick her up and be like, you're going to be the next global, representation of India. So the fact that she's pushing through and we have audience that's supporting her on a daily basis, it's such a big deal. It's such a big deal.
You know, I just hope this clip reaches Sunidhi, and
I hope so. She's very much aware that I have so much of respect for her. So much.
But Nora, आपकी list होगी ना to collab with the Indian artists, जैसे सोनू निगम सर हो गए, अरिजीत सिंह सर हो गए. You have a list?
I feel like Arijit Singh is like nowhere to be found. Where is he? Where? I just met Ed Sheeran and he's like, he lives far away from everybody. Disassociates from everybody. It's so hard to reach him, to reach his house also, But you're talking about icons, you know. If any opportunity to work with them is always a blessing.
You know, I got a lot of comments कि आपको collab with Arijit Singh sir, Sonu Nigam sir, lot of lists. So I just hope बहुत जल्द होता है.
I hope they would want to, because I would love to.
Yeah. Nora, one more चीज़ जो ये मेरा observation है. आजकल there's a boom, when international artists are coming to India, there's a spike.
Yeah.
People are attending the concerts.
Yeah.
But Indian artists के लिए internationally.
Yeah.
It's the same situation. There's a spike over there. How's the market over there exactly?
For Indian
right
artists, have you not seen Diljit's shows? They're sold out. It's insane. Like I wish I reached that ability to sell out a stadium or an arena, and I'm working towards that. But when I see a Diljit being able to do that, or I see like Arijit goes to London and fills up entire O2, or Badshah was just doing his US tour, was there as a guest for one of his shows. It's such an achievement and accomplishment. What I would like to see in the future is that when our Indian artists go abroad for their shows, I would love to see a diverse audience. Not just South Asians, but I'd like to see a mix of people, because then I know for a fact that our music and the culture and our pop culture is reaching different demographics. Just like how here we listen to English music, we listen to Afro, dance hall, hip hop, we listen to K-pop music. A K-pop group can come right now here and fill up an arena, right? I would love the same thing for our Indian artists. Yeah.
Very well said. Matlab, Nora, you're giving just one-liners. I'm getting goosebumps.
Oh, I think about these things on a daily basis. Like I'm not doing what I do because I want to be just famous and I want to just like be sexy and hot and all. I don't care about all those things. I want to break barriers. I want to usher in, I want to trailblaze, and I want to make sure like India comes with me. I mean, I may not be singing in Hindi, yes, and I don't plan to. I want to be an English singer, but I've done that intentionally, because when you sing in English, you reach more people and you go higher globally. But I want to take India with me while I do that.
Yeah. See, आपने क्लियर कर दिया कि हिंदी सॉन्ग्स का सच कोई प्लान नहीं है, बट आप सुनते हो हिंदी म्यूजिक सॉन्ग्स 90s Bollywood, you listen to it?
Yeah, I listen to like old school stuff, and plus I represent Indian music in Bollywood movies. Hello, I just did Dilbar Ki Aankhon Ka right now, right? So for Thama, the film, so that's never gonna stop, But for the global plan and being able for us as Indian artists to be positioned with the people like your Latin American artists and your K-pop artists, and you know, I just want to be a part of that narrative.
Yeah. Collaborations की हम लोग बात कर रहे थे. So you have collaborated with Karan Aujla, Jason, Honey Singh. One best thing about them, like each of them.
They're as passionate as I am.
Okay.
I enjoy working with people who have that fire and that drive, you know. I think मुझ में एक आग है ना जो मुझे भी समझ में नहीं आता कहाँ से आता है. I'm just like, why do I have this much fire? Like, chill, relax, you know. But they have that too. When I work with Honey, like we did a track called I'm So Rich for his album 51 Glorious Days. When I was working with him during that, he kept saying, you know, like, I want you to sing in Punjabi. And I was like, bro, yeah, I don't want to do it because people will laugh. Like, I sound so stupid. He's like, no, you have to. I want you to do it. I'm pushing you. And he really did push me, and he ended up making me do it in Punjabi, you know, and rapping there in Punjabi. And I'm just like, wow, where am I? Like, who am I, you know? But that drive and that passion and him, like, sitting there in the studio making 51 songs for an album, like, you only do these things if you have that fire, you know? And similarly for Karan Aujla, like, being able to push Punjabi music into the global scene and, you know, doing Rolling Loud and doing this and doing that, you have to have a certain fire to be able to do that. I'd say the same thing for Badshah. He's doing collaborations with international artists, too. I think the difference between me and them is that they really do represent India because they're singing in Punjabi and Hindi. I am singing in English. I just bring the Indian narrative with me, the Bollywood narrative with me. But they really do genuinely represent India. So working with them has been a blessing. And I think one thing that I want to say to everybody, and I think it's so important, you know, sometimes we talk about how I face like lack of support in the industry and all of that, and it's been tough, you know. And one thing I have to say, which I'm very grateful for, is I have had immense unconditional support from the hip-hop community, from our rappers like Badshah, like Honey Singh, like our singers like Guru Randhawa. All of these singers in our industry right now that are bringing the music scene up, they have supported me from day one till now. And even when people talk to them about me, the things they say about me is incredible. So I'm very, very grateful for that. And they're just so amazing.
Yeah. You know, your popular era has definitely, surely kicked off. Your debut, US debut.
Yes, this marks my
Kaisa tha experience?
Oh, it's been very, like, scary. It felt like it felt like how I felt when I came to India for the first time, and I was, like, hustling, and then, you know, like, all that crazy experience went down, and then 2018, Dilbar was about to release. I think it feels the same way, because right before Dilbar was about to release in 2018, I felt something. It was a mix of like fear, excitement, and knowing that this is going to be a new chapter in my life. I'm feeling the same thing with this debut for sure.
You had that nervousness जो 2 minute पहले होता है ना, you know, before we give an exam.
2 minutes से पहले. It's like 10 दिन से पहले. yeah, man. Like I've been, you know, freaking out for the longest time. You just don't know. You don't know when you. See, it's very interesting. When I performed at Jimmy Fallon, the next day there was a journalist on BBC Asia, Harun, who
I saw
put a
that clip.
video which really shocked me. I was like, wow, okay. And I woke up and looked at my phone, and that was the first video I saw. So जब मैंने वो video देखा, I just like became so emotional. Like I really had tears running down my face, and it was weird. I couldn't control it. And it was because he said everything that's been in my heart that I haven't been able to say. You know?
Even commented on that reel.
Yeah, because it's like there are things that I just don't say. And there's this person who doesn't really know me very well, could see all of that, and he said that I move without fear. And it's true. I do move without fear. But inside my heart, there is always a little bit of fear that मतलब क्या होगा अगर मतलब लोगों को अच्छा नहीं लगता, या मतलब what if this doesn't work out for me, or what if people laugh at me, or what. That's always in the back of my head. But somewhere my spirit doesn't have fear, so it pushes me to keep going. Like it's okay if you fail, it's okay if people don't like it, you try again, you do it in a different way, but do it. Just take that step. And I think that is what has been driving this whole US debut.
So इसका जो video song shoot हुआ, it's very interesting.
Yes.
ठीक है.
थोड़ा अलग है.
The colors, the pop,
yeah.
very interesting to watch. So how was it? मतलब ये concept कैसे हुआ?
Oh my God, it was such a nice experience. I mean, हमने LA में shoot किया है और director आराध ने पूरा concept बना दिया कि वो funny होना चाहिए, but at the same time double meaning. Like you should, you know, indirectly be telling people what you're trying to say without saying it. And I thought that was the best approach for this song. And when जब उसने बोला था कि उसमें comedy होगा, I was like, yes, I want to show my funny side. You know, I really do have that silly side, and I really wanted to show it. But I think the best part of shooting that video was the ability to be able to take references from pop culture. So we did give homage to Marilyn Monroe and Madonna in the video. We gave homage to Britney Spears from her video Toxic. And that was giving a nod to these icons who are also related to the lyrics of the song. So I think I was very, very happy with how the video turned out. Definitely very different from what I've been doing. It wasn't dance oriented, which is what you're used to seeing. It was more about presenting me in a different light.
Yeah. And your chemistry with Shensia.
Yes.
The pronunciation is correct?
Shensia, yeah.
The sparkling chemistry, you know, there are a lot of comments, बहुत सारे comments आए. So
she's amazing. वो बहुत इतनी अच्छी artist है, इतनी बड़ी artist है. She's just come off of a massive hit this year, Shake It to the Max. I'm sure you know that song, right? It was everywhere. You couldn't go anywhere on TikTok or Reels without escaping that, you know, song in the dance, right? So being able to have her on my track following that massive viral hit is a big deal, you know. And I've been supporting Shensia and her music since like 2019 or 2018. So I'm a fan of dancehall music, and she represents dancehall and Jamaica in America in the best way possible. And when we approached her for the verse, जब उसने वो verse दिया था, I was like, yeah, like this is the sauce I wanted. Like this is the spice I wanted. I love that part of her verse. And you know, the things she said, you know, like if you look at her verse, she says that she's a boss, right? And she makes her own rules, and it's not a race. She'll take her time. Wherever she wants to go, she will go. And she doesn't have a ring. She's single, but if she wants the ring, she'll get that ring. So it's talking about women empowerment and how we make our own decisions, and we don't let anybody like throw us off. And you know how like haters, they'll shade you, they'll hate you, but they'll copy you at the same time. There's so many things she says in her verse which I was like relating to completely, and I was like, this is so boss, so fire. But working with her has been a pleasure. It's opened up a new audience for me also. You know, I just did an interview yesterday with a platform that's strictly for dancehall music, and they were so interested in my story. So this is just all a part of the journey of opening up demographics and letting people know like what we got in India and who we are, you know.
काफ़ी different question है, ठीक है. I wanted to always ask you this जब हम लोग का interview होने वाला था. आपको कोई चीट डे होता है या आप डाइट पे होते हो हमेशा या आपका चीट मील होता है कोई? सच बताओ.
हाँ, मैं सच बताऊंगी. So basically पहले ना I was living life on the edge, right? I'd eat anything and everything. Matter of fact, if I didn't have pizza or pasta or a burger, I would not be able to survive the day. You know, that was my thing. And unfortunately, this year, my body just shut down on me. Like, it really went against me. I couldn't have anything anymore. I became like resistant to gluten, dairy, sugar, caffeine, everything. Everything suddenly overnight, my body just said enough. And I got sick. And then after doing many, many tests, the doctor was like, listen, bro, you gotta stop. You have to be on like a Korean diet, which is like fish and no dairy. And, you know, I had to change my whole lifestyle, yeah. So like,
completely.
Like I'm very depressed because I can't eat cookies and ice cream and burgers and pizzas, and which I'm made for that, but I just can't. So the answer is I'm on a forced diet. I don't want to be on it, but I'm on it.
Okay. और आपका एक dream cheat day होता, like the meal from breakfast to dinner. क्या क्या खाते आप?
My dream, I would just go back to how I used to eat.
Okay.
You know, I'd wake up, I'd have pancakes, then I'd have a bagel with cream cheese with like a coffee frappuccino, some cookies, you know, and then I'd have a pasta during lunch, and have a burger in the evening, with a pizza.
Damn, that's an interesting.
Yeah, I feel so sad for me.
I can see it in your eyes.
Yeah, I'm so depressed.
वैसे आपको comfort food कोई है?
Comfort food?
हाँ.
Not really. I mean, I really like soups. I think soups are very, comfort food for me.
Okay.
But butter chicken used to be my comfort food. Oh God.
Butter chicken?
Can't have it anymore unless they make it with like coconut cream or coconut milk. Yeah, it's a very sad life I'm living at the moment.
I can see it in your eyes. But thank you so much, Nora. बहुत अच्छा लगा आपसे बात करके. As I said, very different side.
Thank
एक
you.
बार जोरदार ताली हो जाए नोरा के लिए.